Welcome to the Eddie Corns podcast. It is the first episode of 2026. Happy New Year's to all of you out there. We've appreciated your support throughout 2025 and onwards to 2026. It's also our first episode ever on YouTube. So head over to YouTube, the Eddie Corns podcast. Make sure you subscribe. If you'd rather watch your podcast on YouTube, you can now do that through that channel. Every episode from now on will be on YouTube. So head over, subscribe. This is a fun episode. 2026 AFL predictions and also a couple New Year's resolutions about the AFL towards the back end of the podcast. If you enjoy, leave a comment on Spotify, rate the podcast feed on either Apple or Spotify, and hit us up on socials at Corns Eddy, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, wherever you like. We're on there. Appreciate you listening and enjoy this episode. All right, Finners, we're back and we're doing a bit of a special episode considering we've just entered the new year. Happy New Year's to you, Finlay.
Yeah, Happy New Year's, mate. Great year to just get cracking into. 2025 was a little bit of a meaty one, so I'm just ready for 26.
It's going to be a big year for the podcast. Obviously, you're going to be a part of that in a huge way. We've got some good ideas coming. Just stay tuned. Don't worry. All will be revealed very shortly. However, for today's episode, we're going to do two things. First thing, we're going to give some predictions for the 2026 AFL season. And then the second thing we're going to do is give our New Year's resolutions when it comes to the AFL. I'm very excited for this. And Finlay, I'm actually going to let you go first, considering you're the guest. You've played a major role in the podcast in 2025, 2024. I think you're the number one guest on this show when it comes to not only listens, but also how many times you've been on. So I'll let you have the new ball. What is your first prediction for the 2026 season of AFL?
Well, first of all, it's great to have the new ball in the new year. Obviously, I do swing it a bit, as you were exposed to in the nets the other week.
Yeah,
got him out probably 6 times in a row.
I don't know about that.
What do you want first? You want a prediction first, or you want got a New Year's resolution first?
Give me a prediction.
A prediction?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. My first prediction is...
Here we go.
I think it's time for the Hornet to explode.
Right. I like this.
It's been a while.
Mm.
You know, your body's got to be about there now, son. If it's going to happen, I think it's this year because we've all been waiting for it. It's kind of been this big thing of when's it going to happen, not if it's going to happen. And, you know, if it goes another year and he has another, injury-plagued season or can't quite get a good run at it, maybe that shifts into more of a if it's going to happen as opposed to when it's going to happen. And I know I'm just really excited by what he's got. I saw him at the cricket. He looks like he's put on a few. He looks good. He didn't have a beer in his hand.
Like good kilos or bad kilos? Put on a few.
Good kilos. No, good kilos. Good kilos.
All right.
Good kilos. So I think my first prediction, Colin, is that the Hornet is going to really blow up. I think it's time. We know he's got the talent, but is it time for him to take over the league? We hope so.
Stewie Dews is midfield coach now. We expect Port Adelaide to be pretty dominant at stoppage. That should play well into Jason Horne-Francis's skill set. Port's going to come up a little bit later in my predictions and New Year's resolutions, so I'm just going to hold off a second. I'll give you mine, though. On this podcast, it is the fastest growing podcast, not only in Australia, but on the planet, as you know, Finlay.
In the planet?
The reason for this is because we don't stuff around. We don't sit on the fence. We don't hold back our opinion. We go all in, balls deep with everything we do. So, Finlay, for my first prediction of the year, I'm going to tell you who's going to win the Premiership.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
The team that is going to win the Premiership in 2026 is the Sydney Swans. Now, here's why. Nice. Here is why. They were 7-2 in their last 9 games of 2025. They looked like a top 4 team all of a sudden. People are going, why is this? It's a simple answer. They got healthy. Gordon, Heaney were firing. I expect that Sydney Swans team, who had a year from hell in 2025, to bounce all the way back. And not only that, they've now got Charlie Curnow, who's going to be in a very hungry, vengeful mode in 2026. He's going to be at the top of the Coleman medal race. They've got Carlton opening round, expect him to kick a big bag, put the league on notice, set the tone for Sydney's season. They are going to go ahead and win the 2026 Premiership.
That's a nice one. I think they're up there. I think they are up there. It's a tough one though, because you just don't know. With the likes of Brisbane, bit of mayhem in Brisbane that we might have to speak on at some point coming out this morning.
Actually, that might come up. That might come up a little bit later.
My prediction is Lachie Neale gets 4 new marriages in the week. Hang on. No. All right. My next one is my next one is a pretty good one. I think Saints play really, really good footy this year. Now, this is a bit of a weird one. And not many people are too much in agreement with me here. I reckon we could see Saints challenge them. I wouldn't say top 6, but I wouldn't say top 4, but I'm all right with saying top 6 for the Saints. I think it's been a while. They've been building a little something under Ross, and I don't mind it. The imports are the big thing though for this team. They've just gone whack. They've dished the cash. It's now or never. The next 5 years are huge for that club, and I think it's time. If they weren't to make top 6, I wouldn't be shocked, but I can 100% say I'd be somewhat surprised if we didn't see them in the top 10 or top 8 this year.
Yeah. I think I'm in agreement with you. The only thing I will say, this just kind of has to be the year for Ross Lyon. Like, I know you've mentioned his building and that they played finals his first year, I reckon, but like they've gone all in. They have to play finals this year. It's a loaded competition. It's going to be difficult, but I think it would be a pretty disappointing result for St Kilda not to get there. I agree with you though. I think they do. I think it's going to be, a toss-up between the Carltons, the Western Bulldogs of the world, maybe the Port Adelaides of the world. I might get to them in a second. But of that group, I really do like what St Kilda's doing, and I expect them to be in the top 8. So I agree with you. Second prediction. This is a painful one. We're also biased on this podcast. We're doing a bit of reflection as we come into the new year, and some people say we're a bit too biased towards Port Adelaide. Well, to those people, I say, shut up and listen. Because my second prediction is this. Port Adelaide are going to be a bottom 4 team this year. And I don't even think it's that hot of a take. You look at their list, it's pretty abysmal. Like, there's not a lot of hope on there. They're incredibly reliant on their top 3 guys in Rosie, Butters, JHF. If they don't stay healthy, Rosie played 21 games last year, Butters played 20, JHF played 15. If those 3 aren't healthy for the whole season, Port Adelaide, no hope. I mean, no hope. They're doing some miracle moves, throwing Marshall into defense. I would have rather have actually sent Lukosius back there, to be honest with you. I think he is much more of that facilitator guy. I know he's opposed to going back into defense, but I think that is his natural position, centre-half back, Dan Houston type guy, because when he gets the ball in his hands, he's so dangerous, but up forward, he doesn't get it in his hands enough. So I think Port Adelaide, bottom 4 team this year. Stewie Dew coming in is a massive help. I think they're going to be super dominant at stoppage and when it comes to the midfield battle, but everywhere else on the ground, they're just not talented enough. And I don't think they're going to be anywhere near that top 8 spot.
Yeah, I like it. It's a tough one, but you've got to agree with it. What's going on at Alberton? It's going to be a few more years. Butters will be out by the end of the year, and then it will be. We just hope we strike a good deal for him. I mean, the only positive is that we could match the bid, but if you ask to go, you might you're as good as gone. So
yeah.
I think that will happen. I think we're all kind of ready for it. I think he's ready for it. He's just posting on his story every day, him up in Melbourne, just having a great time with people I've never seen before. So that's just a good start. It's just not ideal at all. My last one. Now, I'm kind of torn between a couple here. I was torn between GWS. I'm going to drop into the bottom half of the 10, like low bottom half, or Gold Coast are going to dominate the competition.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to go with the Gold Coast Suns. Now, your
it.
dad's big on this. Your dad is big on this, but I'm also big on it. I think they're winning lots of premierships in the next couple years. And I think most people would be in sort of a consensus on this. So this isn't a very controversial one. This is kind of one just saving myself a little bit here. Gold Coast Suns will finish top 4 easily and could be pushing for a home final in round 1 of the finals very easily.
What qualifies as a dynasty to you? Is it 2 premierships, 3 premierships? How many premierships do you have to win in a certain time frame to be qualified as a dynasty?
In the AFL, it's got to be 3 and 4 for me.
Okay.
3 and 4 years. I think that's where do you stand? Because
Well, I've seen some people call Brisbane a dynasty because they've been in
not yet.
3
Not yet.
grand finals in 3 years. I don't
Not yet.
think so. I don't think they're quite there. If they win one this year, I think they are. I think the minimum is
100%.
3 and 5 years. But with what you're saying with Gold Coast, do you think they are footy's next dynasty?
100%, mate. And they're not going to get any worse for
No.
the next good few years with the amount of juice they have coming through. Even the draft this year, like they picked up another Euland. Like what? Imagine you could just pick up another Finlay Butcher or another Eddie Corns for free. That bloke was going to go pick what was he? He was probably going to go pick 2.
Yeah.
If they didn't have him, or maybe even pick 1. And they just got him for free, and that's not going to stop. They got the likes of Lombard coming through as well, who I love the look of. Noah Anderson's obviously.
Are you on Ross Lyon's side when it comes to the Nepo baby argument? I feel like I'll have to step back a little bit because I probably qualify, so I'm a bit biased. But
as a qualifier, Corn, I don't think you can talk. But I think it's hard because we'll just have to see what happens. Because if Gold Coast go bang, 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 and it's 3 premierships in a row, it's going to be the nepotism, all that rubbish. Can't be asked to talk about it now, but it will happen. And then if they don't, on the flip side, it's going to be, Gold Coast were provided all this talent and they still couldn't make anything happen with it. Maybe they need to ramp it up for the teams like Tasmania. But what I think it does do is give the chance for the Tasmanian entry to be a lot more well-rounded. Because I think we could see how Gold Coast were a little bit of a drop kick for a little while there. And I don't think that the league wants that.
no.
I don't think the league wants it till 2040 before Tasmania even start competing.
Yeah.
So I
think
it
they've
gives us
learnt a lot of
nice-
lessons from how they brought GWS and Gold Coast in the competition. I think it's going to look vastly different at the expense of the rest of the competition and the expense of the draft, which is also already extremely compromised. Just imagine what it's going to look like in Tassie years. My final prediction. Collingwood's not going to play finals. It's kind of the exact same conversation we were having this time last year with Collingwood. They're too old, they're too slow, and I don't think they're going to stay healthy enough for the whole season. I think there was a reason they fell off towards the last 6 games of last year. I don't think that was a coincidence. I think that was a result of their age and how they play. And not only do they continue to get older, I don't think they got much more talented in the offseason. Like they lose Myercheck, and now the responsibility of their forward line falls on our mate, Charlie West, who is an incredible person, is going to be a great player. But can you imagine us, we are 19, being told, we expect you to go out there and kick 3 goals for the biggest team in the AFL? It's a pretty big ask. And although Charlie's going to be a great player, I don't quite think he's going to get there in 2026. Doesn't mean he's never going to get there. But I don't think at 19 it's fair to go and ask him to lead Collingwood's forward line. I get they bring Buller in. By the way, I am Jack Buller's #1 fan. Like I think this guy is good. I'm a real advocate for Jack Buller. Don't think he can go out and kick 3 goals a game either. So I just don't think Collingwood's talented enough. I think they're too old. I think they're too slow. And I don't think they're going to play finals.
It's good, Corn. I'm happy with our predictions, mate. I think we've
So am I.
actually done really well considering the prep.
This time next year, we're going to come back to this podcast and we're going to look back at these predictions. And I think we're just going to go bang, 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 bang. 6 for 6, just like that. New Year's resolutions times. These are slightly different to predictions. These are something that we pledge not to do in 2026, or we pledge to do, depending on what type of resolution you are coming up with. I'm going to go first for this one, just to set the tone. I'm going to try my absolute hardest not to get rage baited by Zach Butter's disrespect. Okay? I saw a TikTok yesterday that ranked every number 9 in the AFL from
Oh, I saw
18
this
to
on
number 1.
Instagram.
Zach Butters was 5. You know who was in front of him? Good player, Connor McDonald. You know who was 1? Patrick
Patrick Cripps?
Cripps.
No, you
I,
can't do that.
I am taking Zach Butters over every other number 9 in the competition, and I'm not even thinking about it. And I don't think this is just one case of disrespect. I think most of the AFL world who doesn't closely follow Port Adelaide disrespects the hell out of Zach Butters. If he goes to a Victoria market, if he goes to the Bulldogs or the Hawks and he plays like we know he can play, the instant conversation around him is going to be, is this guy a top 3 player in the competition? Should he be winning the Brownlow? Yet on Port Adelaide, no one cares. They disrespect him. So my New Year's resolution is I'm going to try my absolute hardest not to get rage baited by these idiots who don't realize how good Zach Butters is. Stop the disrespect. Zach Butters is absolutely incredible.
I think to put him 5 on the number 9 list, I don't think he's even that low in best players in the competition. So,
You might be right.
let alone the number 9. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Really not sure. Now, my first one, I may have misread the room here, but I guess I think my New Year's resolution, I was going to speak on behalf of the league.
Okay.
And I think my New Year's resolution, which was kind of a prediction at the same time, was that the grey area in the rules is just, I've had enough. And this year, the league's New Year's resolution from me is to get rid of it. I don't want to be screaming. I don't want half the stadium to be screaming, holding the ball, then the other half thinking, mate, he's kicked it. What's going on? I just want a nice, clear and concise rules in a sport that, I don't think it's that hard to really get right. Things like this. Oh, I've got one. Corn for the next one. I've got one. But this is my first one. Holding the ball, fix it, please. And my New Year's resolution is not to get mad at the umpires.
All right. Well, I don't think that's going to last. I think that's slightly unrealistic, but that's all right. We'll go to my number 2. I'm going to try my hardest not to overreact to opening round because we had the disaster that was opening round last year. I hate opening round as a concept, but just when you purely look at the games, they're pretty amazing games. So Swans Carlton opens up, Suns Geelong, Giants v Hawks, Brisbane v Bulldogs, and St Kilda v Collingwood. The storylines to come out of all of those games are absolutely ridiculous. And I'm just going to have to try my absolute hardest to not overreact. If the Bulldogs get blown out by Brisbane, it's going to be really difficult not to call for Luke Beveridge's head after one game of footy. However, I'm going to try my hardest not to. So that's my second New Year's resolution. Don't overreact to opening round.
Yeah, I think for me, my second one is a tough one for me. It's a tough one to say, but I think my New Year's resolution, my second one is to really accept the fact that Port aren't going to be what we've been, and it's hard. And for all the Adelaide people out there, I understand you. You probably understand me. The words coming through your stereo system right now. It's going to be a rough 8 months. It's going to be painful. We're probably going to lose to Richmond at some point. We're going to lose both showdowns easily. But what you can't do is you just can't have the weight of expectation like we had last year and the year before and the year before. I think the New Year's resolution going into 26 is to let the past go and look forward. Look forward. Just, I still can't struggle because Hugh Jackson's not on the list, which just doesn't make any sense.
You're so caught up
But
with this.
We'll look forward.
Yeah, no, I like it. You're going to focus on the future instead of dwelling in the present, which I like. That's not a bad mentality to have when your team is very shit. I'll save this. Honestly, I was gonna say something, but I'll save it for a second. You mentioned Richmond there. This actually relates into my final New Year's resolution. I'm gonna try my hardest to convince Sam Lawler to follow me back on Instagram. I am this guy's number 1 fan. I think he is the greatest thing that's ever happened to AFL. Everything he does, I just absolutely love. He's going to tear the competition apart this season. And Sam, I know you're listening because all AFL players listen to this podcast. We just have that cut through. We're that culturally relevant. Sam, please, at Corns Eddy on Instagram, follow me back because you're wearing number 4 now, taking it over from Dusty Martin. You are going to start playing like Dusty Martin. You are the man. So, Sam, please follow me back on Instagram.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So you went personal for your last one. I'll go personal for mine. I think it's time that the Corns name is recognised lots in the media. The O'Keefe name is recognised a lot in the media.
Oh, okay. I know this is going.
What's the perfect blend of those two? Butcher. It's time. Finny Butch is going to make a brilliant name for himself in the media. We're not sure where it's going to be, but Corn sees the vision. Kane Corn sees the vision. It could be a deadly time to be a listener. Could be.
You know what's? How about this? Let's just get one of their episodes to beat one of the Fireball episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and then they'll have no choice but to get us on the show. They'll be begging for us to come on. So let's make it happen, listeners. Hashtag get Eddy and Finny on Fireball. Like, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube now, which is awesome. Share, follow, leave a review. Do everything you can to get us on Fireball because that is one of our New Year's resolutions this year to get on as a tandem. Of course, I've been on a couple times, but So I've got one more
for you. It's a package, really, isn't it? You can't have. You're like stumps with no bales, mate. I am the bales.
That's a great call
because the ball could go through the stumps. Because you're like Mitchell Stark with no left arm, mate. It just doesn't go anywhere.
Exactly. No, I like it.
Like that. now.
Call. Hang on, before you go. Oh, the world gives us plenty of opportunities to learn. There's always something happening in the media or around the world, and you have to take some lessons from it and make sure you don't make the same mistakes those people who are now getting mentioned a lot in the media make. So, Finlay, I was surprised that one of your New Year's resolutions wasn't to not cheat on your girlfriend because of what's happened with Lachie Neale.
That is probably one of the worst things I've ever heard from you, Corn. So I think that is crazy. I didn't know where you were going with that. You might have to watch my face back in the edit because what are you talking about? What do you want me to even say to that? That's ridiculous.
I think, but have you learnt some lessons in definitely don't ever cheat on your girlfriend because you end up.
Well, I just don't know what he was thinking. and he stepped down and he's they won't release what he said, but they released a line from it. It said, "I let my family down." Really? and his wife getting off, or his ex-wife leaving home the other day. She came back to Brisbane in tears. Mate, it's a mess. He stepped down from the captaincy.
Yeah, it's rough.
His legacy's completely cooked. I don't know how he's going to come back from it on the field. He's going to be met with boos all year, you'd assume.
Do you reckon he just goes all in on footy now and just becomes an absolute demon, or do you think it goes the opposite way and he just loses his way?
I couldn't tell you. It's probably one of the more interesting situations we've had in the last couple of years. I can't wait for round one. Safe to say, I don't know, would he lost the respect of his teammates a little bit? It's such a weird conversation.
Yeah, so it's it's a rough one. I think that's enough from us on it. We're not super educated when it comes to cheating on your wife, so we'll move on. Finlay, do you have anything else for me, or are you wrapping it up?
Yeah. Everyone knows that with the Finlay Butcher appearances, there's always a good 5-10 minutes at the end, which just falls to pieces. And it's in the copyright. There's a little thing that's written down. Look, I'm going hard on one thing this year, and I'm going to be betting on it. I've put a little fixed stake down at the start of the year for Charlie West to be leading Collingwood's goal kicking by the end of the year. Now, this is strong. It is paying heavy. Heavy, Corn. I think it's at about 400 to 1 at the moment.
Right. Who's the favourite?
So, I think it's Jamie Elliott, might be.
Okay.
Or maybe I don't know. I don't remember. But I'm big on that. And it's New Year's. So, everyone, lock in. Oh! Uzi retired. We called it.
Yeah. Right time.
Yeah. See you later, mate. Have a career. Have a spell.
No, great career. Well done. But it was it's definitely the right time to hang him up. So well done to Usman Khawaja. Didn't think he'd play again when we did a podcast about a month ago, but here we are.
Yeah. And just before we go, the podcast listeners will love this. Where is it? Here it is.
See, this is what you're missing out on if you don't have the video up. You can watch on YouTube and on Spotify. Finlay has got a picture with him and the Great Skull, who is, by the way, desperate to come on the podcast. We're trying to find a spot for him. We're basically fully booked for the next 6 months. However, we're going to do all we
won't
can.
let him on.
We're going to do all we can to find a spot for the Great Skull because he deserves it. And what a legend. We love Skull here.
Now, it was good, Corn. Now, viewers, stay tuned for this year because me and Corn, we obviously caught up over the Christmas break. He popped back into Adelaide and we had a nice hit around with some cricket balls and also some golf balls. We had a good little time. There's going to be a bit more IRL stuff this year, I reckon, from the Corn and Finn. I reckon I'll be popping over to Melbourne at some point in the football season. So get your social feed ready for that.
At Corns Eddy, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere you can find it. You already know. This has been the Eddie Corns podcast. If you've somehow made it to the end, we very much appreciate you listening. You're an absolute legend. The support for the podcast just continues to grow, and we appreciate every single one of you who taps into these episodes of me and Finlay, basically just shooting the shit. We love it. So thank you. Really appreciate it. And by the way, Daisy Thomas is a guest coming on Monday. So look out for that one. It's going to be a good one. See you soon.